crashing again. Yeah, I hit the bottom, but I'm on the mend. I get up, take another step, push it to the edge. I get up, just a little more, I can see the end. I get up, yeah, you're finished, yeah, you're mine, always win in due time. You think too much, it's in my head, so I'm shaking off the rust. And you got no trust, it's in my head, so I'm shaking off the rust. I think I broke just a little bit, walked through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can. Now I'm shaking off the rust. Bang my head against the wall. Try to hold a smile, but I'm sick of it all. Everyone with something to say. Better hold my tongue or I'll make a mistake. I get up, show 'em what I do, show 'em how it's done. I get up, never turn it down, never gonna run, I learn. You think too much, it's in my head, so I'm shaking off the rust. And you got no trust, it's in my head, so I'm shaking off the rust. I think I broke just a little bit, walked through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can. Now I'm shaking off the rust.
It's time for the 2025 West Coast World Series, brought to you by Placer Valley Tourism and broadcast to you exclusively on Stones Broadcast Networks. 6 teams enter. Only one can be champion. The West Coast World Series starts right now.
And welcome in to the West Coast World Series, brought to you by the fine folks at Placer Valley Tourism. I am Stones McCoy. To my left is the great Riley the engineer. To my right, the great Willie Preston, bringing you all of the in-stadium audio. And we are ready for some baseball here. The Cali Stars making their first appearance to McBean Stadium that I can recall. I've looked around and talked to some fine folks, and I don't think they've ever been here before. So welcome into the Cali Stars. You are here to take on the Lincoln Potters, who are the defending champions from the West Coast World Series 2024. And they are back here to defend their championship, but they will be facing off against the Cali Stars tonight. Game 3 of a 3-game set in pool play here today. Got a couple of games earlier today. Samurai, the West Sac Samurai took on the AE Express in the second game today and beat the Express by a score of 9-4. And AE Express actually started off the early game today, and they played against the California Tigers, and they dropped that one to the Tigers 11-3. So far in pool play, the AE Express are 0-2. The Tigers are 1-0. The Samurai are 1-0. And now it's up between the Potters and the Stars to figure out who's going to finish today 1-0 and who's going to be 0-1. Starting for the Potters tonight on the mound, Jake Ferretti, number 17, the lefty, getting the start for your Lincoln Potters tonight. And he's going to be facing Corbin Culver, Ben Yelton, and Cesar Ortega of the Cali Stars to start things off here as we get ready to start the top of the first inning. In this 7-inning affair in the West Coast World Series, all pool play games are 7-inning affairs. We do have a run rule of 10 after 5, 7 after 6. But right now, Ferretti throws his first pitch, and it's a little high for ball 1. To get things started right here on 6:32, a couple minutes after. But we made it, and I'm not going to say my joke. So here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to the screen, 1-1. We've had a lot of action today here at McBean Stadium. We started at 10:30 this morning for Game 1, and Game 2 wrapped up a couple of hours ago, and now here we are in Game 3 of the West Coast World Series, and that one's taken in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Eddie ahead of Corbin Culver, the center fielder for the Cali Stars today. 1-2 is taken outside, 83 miles an hour. Evening up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Ferretti out of the windup. Here's his lefties dealing, and that's down low for a ball. So that's 3-2 now. So first full count of the evening for Jake Ferretti. Corbin Culver, center fielder. He's a lefty. Stands in there, slightly closed stance. Waiting for the full count pitch. Here it is. That's in there, strike 3. Caught him looking and painted the 82-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside to get Culver looking for strike 1, and that's going to bring up Ben Yelton.
And then first strikeout brought to you by the Rising Zone on Lone Tree Boulevard in Rockland. Now batting for the Stars, number 6, right fielder Ben Yelton.
Kenny Winters in left, Drew Andrews in center, Will Lindbergh in right tonight for the Potters. First pitch that Ben Yelton sees is low and inside for a ball. Jared Lewis over at third base. Zach Chamizo, familiar name around these parts, playing shortstop tonight.
That one's taken low for a ball. 2-0. Mason Belding playing first base tonight. Nick Poss behind the dish for the Potters. Drew Andrews out in center. I think I already said that. And here's a shot, and that gets into left field for a base hit. Ben Yelton gets this party started with a nice clean single into left field past Lewis over at third base. And that's going to bring up Cesar Ortega, the catcher tonight for the Cali Stars. Kai Nakashima playing second base tonight for the Potters. So Ferretti now out of the stretch, checks the runner over at first. Deals and it's outside for a ball. 73 miles an hour by Jake Ferretti. Yelton with his lead over at first. And here's a shot into right center field. It's going to be a tough run for anybody to get out there. And the dive is made by Andrews in center field. Having to hustle all the way back to first is Yelton. He gets back there safely, but what a tremendous play out there in center fields by Andrews. Had to lay out for that one and just stole at least a double, if not more, from Cesar Ortega. And that's 2 down now. Ball was hit into the right center field gap. And Andrews was on his horse. So was Will Lindbergh out there in right field. But Andrews was on his horse and was able to catch up. Laid completely out and came up with the catch. 2 down here in the top of the first. Number 4, Aiden Flores is up there. Also second baseman for the Stars tonight. Freddie's next pitch is in the dirt. It was blocked back there by Poss. The throw down to second, and that gets by everybody. But Yelton can't go anywhere because he did slide, so he had to pop up from that. And by the time he did, the ball was retrieved by Andrews out in center field. So Yelton has a stolen base. Flores has a 2-0 count on him. Here comes the 2-0 pitch by Ferretti. And this one is drilled into left field, and that's going to get over the left fielder's head off the top of the wall. Takes a nice bounce right back to Winters. He picks it up, and he fires it into second. And there will be no play out at second. Flores got to second, kind of slipped on the bag. Tremiza put the tag down. Actually, Nakashima put the tag down. But Flores was in there standing, so there's a double, and that drives in the first run of the game, and the Stars lead this one 1-0. So the starting pitcher for the Cali Stars is also listed as the DH, Noble Ortega. Left-handed batter stands in there. Cali Stars with their blue shirts, gray pants. Freddie tosses a wild pitch up there. Paul's unable to control that one. So on over to third is Flores on the wild pitch. So now runner in scoring position. Already one across on the board for the Cali Stars here. And Jake Ferretti behind in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. That one's in there for a strike, even the count at 1-1. Potters are wearing their Attitude orange. All orange today with the blue socks. Rocking the blue lid. Trying to get out of the top of the first. There's a little slow dribble. That's back to Ferretti. He underhands it over to first in time, and that'll end the top of the first, but not before. The Stars score 1. Come back for the bottom half. They lead 1-0.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had 'em by the collar, said he
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here we are in the bottom of the first inning. The Stars lead this one already 1-0, putting one run up on the board on the top of the first. On the Ben Yelton, on the Aiden Flores double, driving in Ben Yelton to score the first run. The Potters are now due up here in the bottom of the first inning. Zach Chabizo to lead things off, followed by Jared Lewis, Will Lindberg. Mason Belding playing first, batting fourth. Nick Poss, the catcher, batting fifth. Drew Andrews, the center fielder, with the tremendous catch in the first inning, batting sixth. Kenny Winters playing left field, batting seventh. Ryan Villanueva, the DH, batting eighth. And Kai Nakashima, the second baseman, batting ninth. And they're going to be facing Noble Ortega. Noble Ortega taking the mound, wearing the number 12. The lefty out of the windup, and the first pitch to Zach Chamizo, and that's fouled off and out of play. Oh, Zach quickly in the hole. No balls and one strike. Zach Chamizo, one of the heroes from the West Coast World Series last year. Had a big home run in the semifinal game. And he is back, and that was a loud boom on the microphone because Noble Ortega threw it behind Chamizo right to the screen. That hurt my ears. I'm sure it hurt the engineer's ears. I'm looking over, and he's still looking. It's his job to pay attention to all those noises, you know? 1 ball and 1 strike. Here it is. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Zach Chamizo playing shortstop for the Potters tonight. San Jose State, if I remember correctly. And I heard Willie say, yep. And Chamizo puts a charge into this one. The first one he hit all the way to the wall and caught by Yelton for out number 1. Zach Chamizo, Randon McMurray rounding first base. The two of them kind of come together, embrace each other, give a little bro hug, and Zach Chamizo heads back to the dugout. 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Jared Lewis now due up. Chamizo put a charge on that one, just not enough. Only 88 miles off the bat. It's not enough oomph to get it out of here. So Ortega now. First pitch to Jared Lewis, and that catches the corner for a strike. 86 miles an hour on the fastball. Ortega from the windup. Missed a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Barron, Culver, Yelton from left to right in the outfield for the Stars. Gallego, Pang, Flores, McMurray from left to right in the infield. And Ortega behind the dish. And Lewis takes that one, and that one's a little bit low too at 87 miles an hour. So we know very little about the Cali Stars. What we do know is that they put up a run in the first inning. That one's in the dirt. Nice block bat there by Ortega. Able to keep it in front of him. So Lewis ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Will Lindbergh on deck, the right fielder for the Potters tonight. Nice crowd filing in here. There's a charge into this one. This is out into deep center field. Is this going to get down? It does get down. And it 2-hops the wall. Rounding second, heading for third is Jared Lewis. And Lewis has speed. And he just showed it off there by hitting a 1-out triple. Lewis put a charge into that one, 98 miles an hour off the bat. Hit it beyond the reach of Culver out in center field, 2-hop the wall. And with Lewis's speed, the moment he hit it, he dropped his head and ran. And probably could have walked into third base, but he made it there one way or another. Will Lindbergh now. Left-handed batter, rocking the number 9. Playing the position number 9. Takes the first pitch he sees outside for a ball. 75-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Mason Belding on deck, the first baseman. That one catches the corner for a strike, evening up the count at 1 apiece. 93 degrees here in Lincoln right now. Nice little 5-mile-an-hour breeze blowing. This ball is in the dirt. Nice block by Ortega. Two balls and, yeah, got 2 balls and 1 strike. Lindbergh takes that pitch in the dirt, 3-1. Okay. Having some problems with the on-field mic. It's kind of dipping in and out, so we're going to turn that thing off for the time being. We'll address it when we can, but right now, 3-1. Noble Ortega kicks and deals. And that is ball 4. So good at-bat by Will Lindbergh, drawing the walk. Runners on first and third now with 1 down. And Mason Belding, number 27, walks up to the plate. Out of Grass Valley, California.
First baseman, head to LSU, number 27, Mason Belding.
He is a high school senior, but he is committed to LSU, so that's where he'll be going when his time at Del Oro, I believe, is done. And Belding takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Belding from the left-hand side. Big fella. Also does some catching. Right now playing first base tonight. And he puts a charge into this one into center field. Culver backs up a couple steps. Now circles underneath it, picks it up, and fires this in home. There will not be a play at home because the speed of Jared Lewis is just too much. So the sacrifice fly by Belding, and this ties it up at 1 apiece.
And now batting for your Lincoln Potters.
On the play, Will Lindbergh could not advance. So he's still over there at first base, but with 2 down now, it brings up Nick Poss, the catcher, for your Lincoln Potters. Jessup University. Right-hander takes the first pitch in there for a strike at 87 miles an hour. Nice fastball there by Noble Ortega. The lefty in the stretch, checking on the runner over at first. Will Lindbergh's faking going and goes back. Pitch was called the ball. McMurray over there holding Lindbergh close, or at least trying to. Nick Poss with the 1-1 count. Nick Poss with a 1-2 count. 87 miles an hour right off the corner. And he gets the call, so Ortega ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here, bottom of the first. Got a tie ball game, 1 apiece. And gets him swinging, so strike 3. And down go the Potters, but not before they score a run. Tie it up. We go to the second. 1-1 is the score. Top of the second inning from McBean Stadium, the West Coast World Series, Game 3 today of pool play. We have a 1-1 tie between the Stars and the Potters heading into the top of the second inning. Max McMurray, Jason Barron, and Noah Pang due up. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Cali Stars. Jake Ferretti out there for his second inning of work. Bounces the first one he throws. And if you bounce it, it's a ball. Ferretti working out of the windup. Nice, easy 79-mile-an-hour strike there. Evening up the count at 1 apiece. I don't have any information on the Cali Stars roster as far as where they're from, how old they are, any of that stuff. So there's a little bloop into shallow right field. Going back is the second baseman, Nakashima. But he's unable to get it. In fact, kind of took a weird step and tripped right in front of Lindbergh coming in from right field. So it hits down. And the third hit of the day for the Stars. And Jason Barron, the left fielder, now pops up. Eli Garcia going out to have a quick talk with Jake Ferretti. There was some warming up in the bullpen going, and it might be a quick hook. I'm not certain. And it looks like it is a quick hook. So we're going to have a new pitcher. We'll come back in just a few minutes with new pitcher's information right after this on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Hey, baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
We do have a new pitcher, and it is Ryan Stone coming in wearing the number 32 for the Lincoln Potters in their Clay City Orange tonight. Coming in relief of Jake Ferretti. He's going to face Jason Barron with the runner Max McMurray over at first, being held on by Belding. Ryan Stone's first pitch of the evening, 86 miles an hour, misses outside with it. Jake Ferretti gave up 3 hits in his inning of work. A couple of singles and a double. But Stone throws his next pitch at 87 right down the middle. And Jason Barron just took a huge hack and never caught up to it. The 1-1, here it comes. A little bit high, a little bit high. Stone sitting around 87, 88 miles an hour at the moment. The big right-hander out of the stretch. McMurray with his lead. There's a shot into center field. Andrews backing up. Now he comes in a little bit and makes the catch for the first out. So Jason Barron's heading back to the dugout, and that's going to bring up number 13, Noah Pang, the shortstop for the Cali Stars.
For the Stars, number 13, shortstop Noah Payne.
Noah Pang, the right-handed batter with the slightly open stance. He's got his blue shirt on, but he's got the red socks. Pants pulled up to the knees. Means he's pretty fast, or at least he likes to think he's fast. I used to wear mine up that high, but I was slow. So first one he sees, he fouls off to the left. I got a feeling that he's probably fast. Belding holding on McMurray over at first. This one's fouled out of play off the opposite side. So Pang finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole here. 1-1 game here in the top of the second. Stars and Potters. Coco Martin, yes, you are here, and thank you for being here. Here comes the 0-2. This has popped it up. It's in the infield. Poss has got it. He calls for ball, and he does have it. And there's 2 outs. So Pang pops out to the catcher. Not the way you want to do it, but he did it. And Aiden Gallegos now coming up, the third baseman for the Cali Stars. 2 down here in the top of the second inning. McMurray is still over at first base. Stone doesn't seem to really mind that. Throws that 88-mile-an-hour fastball right down Lincoln Boulevard for a strike. Stone's 0-1 pitch is outside. Trying to throw the off speed. Missed pretty badly with it outside, though, so evening up the count at 1-1. This one is a ground ball over to second base. Nakashima picks it up, flips it to Chamizo for the force, and that's the final out of the top of the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second with a 1-1 tie.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Bottom of the second inning, Drew Andrews, Kenny Winters, Ryan Villanueva due up here in the bottom of the second, but I don't really have anything else to talk about other than the fact that I can't believe Piper just won a race, first of all. He fell onto it, but does anybody realize that Piper never touched third? So isn't that an illegal win? He never touched third. Nobody cares. Just me. All right, whatever. He wins. He falls over. The umpire gives him a big hug. I'm very, very confused. Noble Ortega on the mound. He's in there for his second inning of work. Drew Andrews, Kenny Winters, Ryan Villanueva, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Potters. And Ashlyn Brewer, I wish I could answer you. That's in there for a strike. No balls in one strike. I mean, there's 18 players total, 9 on each team. And the 9 on the Potters are Potters players. That's pretty much the best way I can describe that. Who are these players? They're Potters players. And then the other 9, they would be Cali Star players. So, I mean, I don't know how to describe it. If you have a more specific, let me know, and I will do my best to answer that for you. But right now we have a 1-1 count on Drew Andrews. Now we have a 2-1 count on Mr. Andrews. Playing center field, he was the one who made this tremendously spectacular catch in the first inning, saving at least a run. He fouls this one off to the left, out of play. To all the fine folks watching, listening from all around the country on Stone's Broadcast Networks or Lincoln Potters YouTube, thank you very much. We appreciate you very much, and feel free to chime into the live chat line. Tell me where you're from and, you know, all that good stuff. We'll shout you out. Some of them have not played all year. That is correct. There's another shot down right field, and, man, why you got to take out Casey over there? That's or is that Tyler? No, that's Tyler Malone. So you can't be taking out Tyler over there. That's not cool. Drew Andrews, you're going to find yourself on the bench pretty soon. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Ortega's pitch. A little low, 3-2. Full count now. Drew Andrews out of Jessup University. A lot of these guys have been with us. They just haven't played this year. And he draws the walk. So Drew Andrews draws the walk. Finds himself over at first base. Second walk drawn by the Potters against Noble Ortega. Kenny Winters now, the left fielder, is going to come up. California Baptist University's own Kenny Winters out of Lincoln, California. Playing with the Potters this year is Kenny Winters, getting the start tonight in left field. We're on the number 10, the right-handed batter. Right on top of the plate. Toes on the line. Takes the first pitch. He sees inside and low. Drew Andrews over at first base, being held on by McMurray. Here comes the 1-0. No, we're going to check on the runner real quick. Good stab over there by McMurray to keep that one from going all the way into the bullpen. One 0 in the dirt, 2-0. So Lindbergh and Belding, they've been on the team, and they've been on the roster all year. They just haven't gotten a lot of playing time. Zach Chamizo, former Potters legend, who's been out here for, if I'm not mistaken, Chamizo's been here for at least 3 years prior to coming in this year, right? Or 2 years at least. Yeah, it is 3. Yeah, so Chamizo played 3 years here with the Potters. Nick Poss coming back after a small absence. Yeah, Jared, yeah, they're all returning Potters. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. So you got a team full of current Potters, and then some of them are former Potters. But now, yeah, exactly. Now that they're here, they're current. So that's what matters. 3-0, here it is. That's right down the middle, 84 miles an hour. Taken all the way was Kenny Winters there. I just like interacting with the live chat. It's always important. These people tuning in, I want to give them the respect that they deserve. And Kenny Winters draws the walk. Second walk of the inning. Third of the day for Noble Ortega. Now runners on first and second. That's going to bring up Ryan Villanueva, who you would recognize as being a regular Potters player in the 2025 regular season campaign. He's spent a lot of time with the Potters, played a lot. Ryan Villanueva, the designated hitter out of Fulton College, or Fullerton College. I said Fulton. That's wrong. Fullerton. I knew what I meant. Pitch was swung on. It was a strike. Catcher could not hold on to it, so advancing to second and third are Drew Andrews and Kenny Winters. So runners in scoring position now for the Potters, with nobody down here in the top or bottom of the second inning. Oscar Diaz going down to warm up for the Stars. Check swing, and he holds up. Ball squirts away from Ortega, but not far enough for anybody to advance. And now we're going to have a quick talk by the manager for the Cali Stars. Going to take a walk out there, have a conversation with Noble Ortega. Just started warming up was Oscar Diaz, so there won't be a pitching change here. So just going to be a conversation. a pump him up conversation, if you will.
Little fans, I don't know if you have checked out the merchandise booth on the way into the game tonight, but we do have brand new T-shirts in stock. They are 2025 West Coast World.
Manager's wearing the number 5. I was looking at the roster just in case he might have added himself to the roster, but he did not. So it's not going to be sneaking onto the field later on like we've seen in the past. We've seen coaches sneak onto the field, take at bats, or come into pitch or whatever. Yeah. Yep, 25 over in the bullpen, Oscar Diaz. Getting loose. But right now it's Noble Ortega with 2 on, nobody out here. Bottom of the second. That one's a little low. Yeah, a little low. Ball 1. Potter's looking to unbreak the tie at 1 apiece. This one's fouled off to the screen. 3-1 now the count. Kai Nakashima, kind enough to go over and pick up the ball that was fouled off to the screen. Keeping the field nice and tidy. But he'll return to his on-deck position while Ryan Villanueva is standing in there with a 3-1 count. That one's outside, and that should be ball 4, but I guess they've changed the count on me. So now we have a 3-2 count. So the count is full on Ryan Villanueva. Here's the pitch. Popped up. It's going to be shallow right field. Coming in as Yelton. Still coming in and drops the ball. Runner from third is able to score it. Drew Andrews comes in. Kenny Winters finds himself over at third base. And Ryan Villanueva is going to reach on the error by the right fielder. And the Potters have broken the tie. They now lead this one 2-1. And let's do it. Let's shout out Drew Andrews right now. Drew Andrews, your grandfather said to shout you out, so I'm doing it right now. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate that. I don't think Drew can hear me from here, but I'll tell him after the game. We'll get together. 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Ortega. And Nakashima swings through that one. Nakashima playing second base for the Potters tonight. Former Potters legend. And if he can reach base, keep the inning going, he'll come back up to another Potters legend and Zach Chamizo leading it off. But right now, Kai's got to find his way on board to keep the inning going. Nobody down. Runners on first and third. Kai fouls this one out of play. Over towards the Potters dugout. Connor Doucette out on ball duty today. That one's taken down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Kai. Biggest crowd of the day so far here for the night game. Potters and the Stars. Ortega out of the stretch, checking on the runner. McMurray's holding him on. And that fastball is down low for a ball, evening up the count at 2 apiece. Got the bounce house up and going. All the vendors are out. Beer gardens pumping out beers. There's no better place to be than right here, right now. 2-2, here it is. This is a big chopper over the first baseman's head. Nobody's covering, and will be safe. Is Nakashima. The throw gets away from Ortega covering and allows everybody to advance. So Kenny Winters scores with that one. Ryan Villanueva finds himself over at third base. And Kai Nakashima with a single and advancing to second on the error.
And now batting for your Lincoln Potters from right here in Lincoln, number 2, shortstop Zach Chamizo.
So back to the top of the lineup. Potters leading this one now 3-1. And Zach Chamizo put a charge into one his first at bat, just didn't get enough of it. Maybe hit it towards the end of the bat. But the lefty with the wide open stance stands in there to face Noble for his second time today. And the first pitch he sees is down low. Good sized crowd for Game 3 of the West Coast World Series. And he puts a charge into this one. This one is foul. And he got so far in front of that one that the TrackMan data didn't even record the exit velocity off of it because there's no way to do that when you get that far in front of it. Had myself a little conversation with Zach before the game, talked to him, see how he was doing, check on the family, you know how all that stuff goes. Anybody looking for an absolutely talented all-around baseball player, Zach Chamizo is available. And he hits this one into left field, and left fielder never saw it. Absolutely never saw that ball. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. And Zach Chamizo into second base with a stand-up double. Villanueva come around to score. Nakashima comes around to score. The Potters now lead this one 5-1. So Jared Lewis now making his second at-bat of the evening. A tripled. Big triple with his speed. Pretty easy triple. And he ended up coming around and scoring on the sac fly by Mason Belding. And now he stands up there. Nobody out still here in the bottom of the second. The lefty Ortega's set. He throws in the dirt. I probably should let everybody know that there are 2 Ortegas on the mound at this point, and they are the battery. Cesar Ortega is the one behind the dish. Noble Ortega is the one on the mound. Chamizo takes off, and this one's lifted into left field. And again, the left fielder never saw that ball, so Chamizo's going to walk in and score. And Jared Lewis pulls up at second base, got himself a double. 2 legs of the cycle here, early going, and the Potters lead this one 6-1.
And now batting for your Lincoln Potters, a right fielder from Gold River, California.
Only going to mention this right now because of the scoring that's going on right now. We do have a run rule in the West Coast World Series. In these 7-inning affairs, 10 runs after 6, 7 after 5, or 10 after 5, 7 after 6 is what I'm trying to say. It's been a long day here. And right now the Potters have a 5-run lead, 6-1. Will Lindbergh now up? He walked his first time up. Lefty stands in there and watches this fastball go outside. All the parking lot Potter patrons are heading down to the beer garden all at the same time, so you know what that means. Party down there. But we'll stay up here and party. Ortega's next pitch, the off speed, 74 miles an hour, taken for a strike. Evening up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Taking off and stealing third is Jared Lewis. Awkward slide in there to third, but he makes it. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. That one's down low, 3-1. So Oscar Diaz was warming up in the bullpen, but has since sat down. Nobody's up. Nobody's out here in the second. Potters have got a 5 spot up on the board. Will Lindbergh taking the 3-1. Looked like he may have been taking that one all the way because it was outside, but it was called a strike. So the count has run full. Ortega, the lefty, sets and deals. And that's low ball 4. So got runners on first and third now with nobody out here. Fourth walk on the evening for Noble, given up by Noble Ortega. Mason Belding had the sac fly, drove in the first run of the game for the Potters in the first inning. Has an opportunity to drive in another here with Lewis out there at third base. First pitch is high. McMurray's holding on Lindbergh over at first, which creates a absolutely gaping hole in the right side for Mason Belding. Takes that one in their first strike, 85 miles an hour. Take a little bit off the fastball, get it in there. Pang is kind of pinching the middle, too, so there's actually holes on both sides. And running is Will Lindbergh, the throw down, not in time, and coming in to score is Jared Lewis. So Will Lindbergh gets the stolen base. So does Jared Lewis, and he comes in to score. Potters lead at 7-1. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Taking off is Lindbergh. He heading for third. The throw down to third. And he is safe. So back-to-back stolen bases by Will Lindbergh, getting himself into scoring position. Third stolen base of the game for the Potters. We got a 3-1 count on Mason Belding. The LSU commit. Here it is. Fouls this one off over into his own dugout. Or the conglomeration of Clay City Orange is hanging outside of the dugout for the most part. That's what they do. I know when they constructed these fields, they put in, dugouts and stuff, but the players just, they don't like it. Here's the 3-2. Oh, boy, that hit Mason. And he will jog down to first base, carrying the bat with him most of the way. Not real thrilled about that hit, but what does that do? Puts a runner on first base again. And we got runners on first and third, and we've heard this story before. And here comes the manager of the Stars. Second timeout. Imagine he's making the pitching change, and he is. Oscar Diaz going to be coming in to take over. And we'll be back when Oscar Diaz finishes his warm-ups right after this on the Stones Broadcast Network.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
Five Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're Five Star Bank. How can we help you?
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
On to pitch for the Cali Stars is the big number 25, Oscar Diaz, coming in relief of Noble Ortega. Ortega currently on the hook for Mason Belding over at first and Will Lindbergh at third. Was unable to record an out here in the second inning, so on comes Oscar Diaz, and he flips it over to first base, checking on the runner. Belding is back, no problem. Mason Belding over at first, Will Lindbergh at third. Nick Poss at the plate. He struck out his first at-bat. And he puts a charge into this one into left field. Not sure the left fielder sees it again. He does not. And the ball falls about 20 feet to his left. He still doesn't see it. And it bounces over for a ground rule double. So on the play, Will Lindbergh comes in to score. Mason Belding finds his way over to third base. And Nick Poss has got the ground rule double. So he gets involved in the hit parade here. Left fielder out there, Barron's having a real tough time. That's the third or fourth ball that he has been unable to locate in the sun. And the sun here in Lincoln, it's a brutal sun. Left field, center field, generally third base and shortstop have a rough time of it, generally speaking. Wai Peng is hanging out over at second base. Right now, I'm not sure. Maybe he and Poss know each other. I don't know. But Oscar Diaz from the windup and throws that 78-mile-an-hour pitch a little low. Oscar Diaz, I have no idea what his stats are, but I'm going to guess 6'4", 250. And he fires this one in there, picked up by Peng, actually knocked down by Peng, picks it up, tries to go over to first base, and they get him by a half a step. Drew Andrews is thrown out at first base, but not before. Mason Belding comes in to score, adding to the lead. Nick Poss has got to hold at second base. And Kenny Winters now comes up. Potters lead this one 9-1 now. So Kenny Winters now comes up. He walked and scored his first at-bat. The right-handed batter stands in there against the right-handed pitcher now. And outside is the first pitch. Watching Barron out there in left field. He's had a real tough time of it, and he's still out there. He's doing everything he can just to see in right now. Hands up, gloves up, shades on, hats down low. Just can't get a good feel for the left field right now. And we have seen that in the past. Diaz evens up the count at 1-1 strike. Checking on the runner. Here's his pitch. Down low. Good block back there by Ortega. Caesar, to be more specific. 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Ryan Villanueva. I almost said Kenny Winters is on deck, but he's actually in the box, standing right on top of the plate, crowding it for a right-hander. 2-1. 3-1. Kind of brutal there. But Kenny Winters does get right on top of the plate, so it makes a pitcher a little more concerned to bring it in tight. Here comes the 3-1. Ball 4. So second walk drawn by Kenny Winters. Fourth walk of the inning, 5th walk of the game. First one given up by Diaz.
Now batting for the Potters from Fullerton College, from Brant, California, number 8, Ryan Villanueva.
Ryan Villanueva, as just announced by the great Willie Preston, designated hitter tonight. Reached on the error in the second inning by the right fielder, which was earlier this inning, and then Villanueva takes that one off of his front shoulder. So he's going to find his way down to first base, and what do you know? Potter's got him loaded again. So Nick Poss now over at third base. Winters at second. Villanueva over at third. And Kai Nagashima batting for his second time today. 13th batter of the inning coming up right now in Nagashima. He singled earlier in this inning. Stole a base. Diaz kicks and deals, and that's outside, 77 miles an hour on that fastball. Diaz from the windup. This one is hit over to third base and past third base. Little knuckler got by Gallegos. 1 run comes in. A second run comes in. Sliding in safely at third is Villanueva. And Kai Nagashima's got himself another single and 2 more RBI.
Now batting for the Potters from San Jose State, shortstop Zach.
So back up to the top of the lineup, and Zach Chamizo, who has already batted this inning, had himself a double, 1 for 2 on the day. He's got runners at first and third, only 1 down here. And the 14th batter to hit this inning, and he hits a single, driving in a run. And Kai finds himself over at second base. Ryan Villanueva scores. Potters lead this one 12-1.
Now batting for the Potters from the University of San Francisco, third baseman Jared Lewis.
Jared Lewis now finding his way up to the plate again, second time in this inning. And right now he's batting 1,000 for this game. He's got a triple and a double. He's looking for a single or a home run here. He's got 2 legs of the cycle already, and one of the hardest ones in the triple. The first one he sees is inside. Nobody warming up at all for the Stars. So this right now is Oscar Diaz, and Oscar Diaz's game alone. So Lewis stands in there from the left-hand side. Here's the pitch. That catches the corner at 77 miles an hour. Good pitch by Oscar Diaz. Imagine if Lewis sees that one again. He's going to turn on that one, drive this one out to left field. Had a little bit of success already in left field, has he? Comes the 1-1. Ooh, high cheese. Jared Lewis's eyes got real big on that one. Just couldn't Couldn't pull the trigger on it necessarily. 77 miles an hour out in front of it. So he's in the hole now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 12-1 the score here in the bottom of the second. Lewis takes that one outside for a ball. 15th batter of the inning, Jarrett Lewis. So Diaz gets his sign, checks the runner. Nobody's being held on anywhere. This one's fouled off to the screen. Lewis turned on that one. Left field, center field, right field, all still in the sun. The infield is now pretty much out of the sun. Paying out at second or at shortstop is having conversations with every single runner out there. I'd love to know what he's talking about. 2-2. Outside, 3-2. Good take by Lewis there. Enticing pitch, just a little bit high, a little bit outside. Not something you want to swing at if you're Lewis. So he gets himself back into this. 3-2. Keep wanting to say the runner's be on the move, but there's only one down. 3-2 outside, ball 4. So great at bat by Jarrett Lewis. He draws the walk. Bases are now loaded again. I've said this a couple of times in this inning. And Will Lindbergh now is going to find himself up here for his third at-bat in 3 innings. He's walked in both the first and the second. A couple of stolen bases does Will Lindbergh have. I just saw the lights flicker. That means they're coming on. And Lindbergh takes the first one he sees outside. Pretty consistently at 77 miles an hour for Oscar Diaz. In relief of Noble Ortega, who couldn't get out of the inning. Next pitch is fouled off, out of play. Down into the Potters bullpen where there's a couple of Potters laying around, getting their stretch on. I don't mean laying around like they're being lazy, like they're stretching, they're doing their thing. Don't want to get called out by the Potters front office for calling the players lazy. That's not what I'm here to do. Not at all. Here comes the 0-2. Didn't have a very good grip of the curveball and kind of let it go. Diaz kind of guided it in. Unfortunately, he didn't guide it very well because it was outside and high. And Diaz is back into the windup. Foul tipped off the plate. Staying alive is Will Lindbergh. It's quite the long inning. I'm going to look over and talk to all my people. Are we close to an hour for this second inning? I think we're there? Getting close. Okay, we're getting close. Will be one of the longer half innings we've seen in quite some time. Still only one down here. 1-2 on Lindbergh. That gets past the catcher. Nobody can go anywhere because it doesn't go far enough. Lindbergh has fought his way back into the count here. Favorable hitters count now at 2-2. I've said it a couple of times, but it is a nice little crowd for third game of opening day for the West Coast World Series. Nice crowd. 2-2. Charge into this one. This one's hit high and deep into right field. It's back and it's gone. It is gone. Will Lindbergh, grand slammy. They're putting the Potters up big. They now lead this one 16-1. 97 miles an hour off the bat. 375 feet. Will Lindbergh put a charge into that one and really broke this game wide open for the Potters. I'm not saying that it wasn't wide open already, but, you know, that's how you add to it. 17th batter about to come up to the plate here in this inning. Thank you, brother. That's what I like to see. Look at that, 100 miles an hour off the bat. Launch angle of 26.5 degrees. A little bit better than 26.5, let's be honest. That one got out of here in a hurry. It hit, what, halfway up on the netting back there? That was a pretty good shot by Will Lindbergh. And the Potters broken this one wide open. That's right. Oscar Diaz throws a 75-mile-an-hour strike in there to Mason Belding. Sac fly, scoring the very first run for the Potters today. And then he was hit by a pitch earlier in this inning. And he puts this one in the air. This is in left field. Barron is out there. Gets he sees it late and cannot make the play. And I'm going to look over at my official score because I've been kind of brutal out there. We're going to give it a single. I like it. I'd much rather give singles out than errors. Single for Mason Belding. And now coming up, Nick Poss, who doubled earlier in this inning. So Nick Poss coming back up for his second at-bat in the inning. Doubled his last time up. And he pops this one up, but this isn't going to get out of play. Cesar Ortega, the catcher, popped right up, turned around, and noticed it was going to get out of play, so no big deal there. And that's right. Boom goes the dynamite when he hits it over the fence. That's right. I just don't say that. That's not my thing. But, yeah, boom goes the dynamite. I like it. I like it. 0-1 becomes 0-2. It's been a while since Oscar Diaz has gotten in front of the hitters. 0-2. But setting himself up pretty nicely right here to put another out up on the board. One step closer to getting out of the second here. Here comes the 0-2 to Poss. Down low. I really do enjoy the live chat on the YouTube. So, folks, you're out there, you want to chime in, please feel free to. Drop your city. I'll shout you out. Drop your player's name in here. I'll shout them out, you know. I like to keep things light around here. Here's the 1-2. There's a shot in the left field. Left fielder does see this one, I believe, but I don't think he could do anything about it. It gets down and one hops the wall. Rounding first, heading into second is Nick Poss. He's got his second double of the inning. And Mason Belding, slow playing that one, rolls into third base. So we have batted around twice now here in the second inning. And the guy who started this all off, Drew Andrews, who drew the walk to start the second, finds himself back up at the plate. So Andrews has a walk and a ground out here in the second inning. That pitch is taken inside for a strike. Good pitch there by Oscar Diaz. Drew Andrews wearing the number 3. Slightly open stance from the right side. And he watches that one in there for a strike as well. So quickly behind, 0-2. Second batter in a row Diaz has been able to get ahead of 0-2. And there's a shot out into center field coming in as Culver. He picks it up. And second out of the inning is recorded. Nobody's tagging. Belding stays at third. A 16-1 game here. I think that's probably the right way to do it. Very kind words by the fine folks on the live chat. Thank you very much. We appreciate you kindly. Even shouting out the engineer on what a tremendous job he's doing today. So 2 down here. Kenny Winters is up. He walked twice in this inning already. And he pops this one. Is this going to stay in play? It looks like it might. McMurray coming in. And McMurray stays with it and makes the final out of the second inning. But not before the Potters put up a bunch of runs and lead this one 16-1.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations,
Back here in the top of the third inning, and I will agree with you, Ramiro, it is absolutely hard when half the field's in the shade. It is absolutely difficult. But this left field and center field has always been a tricky spot to play. Here in the top of the third, Corbin Culver to lead things off. And Stone throws his first pitch, is in there for a strike. Culver struck out his first at-bat of the day. Center fielder for the Cali Stars. Ryan Stone, the right-hander, came in for Jake Ferretti. And quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Ferretti ended up going an inning, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 1 K. So far, Stone has given up nothing. Except that ball right there, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. A little overthrow, a little high. We do have some action now in the Stars bullpen. Here comes the 1-2 by Stone. And that's strike 3 called. So Corbin Culver goes down looking again. Second time he's gone down looking. And 1 out here in the third inning. Right around 50 minutes for that second inning. And we're talking about the whole second inning or just the half? Okay, let me rephrase that. Just about 50 minutes for half of the second inning. Ben Yelton up there. One of the 3 hits by the Stars so far. He singled in the first, stole a base, came around to score the lone run for the Stars. And he's quickly up 2 balls and no strikes. Cesar Ortega to follow. Right now, Ryan Stone out of the stretch. 87-mile-an-hour fastball, and Yelton can't catch up to that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. little bit of stirring over there in the Stars bullpen, but yeah, nope, there is somebody warming. So he gets back into the count with the 79-mile-an-hour curveball. 2-2 now to Ben Yelton. Ryan Stone out of Seattle University. He kicks and deals. And that's strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, both looking for Ryan Stone. Second strikeout by Stone, third on the evening for Potters pitching. And now Cesar Ortega, number 9, catcher tonight for the Cali Stars. Left-hander stands in there. He's waiting for his first pitch. That misses just off the plate. Good pitch, better take. Ortega flew out to center field his first at-bat. He's looking to get things going here. Foul tips this one at the plate. Poss can't hold on to it. By the way, we got a new first baseman in for the Potters. TJ Smith taking over for Belding over at first base. Swinging strike 2. And that's going to make Cesar Ortega take a quick walk. Oscar Diaz looks like his night is done. He's walking in front of us with some ice wrapped around his arm, so it looks like he's done for the night. So whoever's coming in will be coming in from the bullpen. The 1-2. This is a ground ball over to first base. TJ Smith picks it up, walks it over to the bag himself, and there is a 1-2-3 inning for the Potters. Head to the bottom of the third. Potters lead this one big.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service...
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Got some changes for the Cali Stars. Noble Ortega now out in left field, and a new pitcher on the mound, Jason Barron, the former left fielder, now into pitch for the Stars. First pitch that he throws, 78 miles an hour, is a little high. Bottom of the third, Potters lead this one big, 16-1. Ryan Villanueva up there. And he takes that one off the corner for a strike, evening up the count at 1-1. Pitch misses. 2 balls now and 1 strike on Ryan Villanueva, the DH tonight. Kai Nagashima on deck. Wow, boy, I brutalized that, didn't I? Without intention, it's just, I did. So Nagashima, you can come up and, smack me around a little bit later if you'd like. My engineer trying to teach me about samurai like swords and stuff, and I can't pronounce any of the names. We had fun with that game earlier. 2-2. This one's grounded over to the Stars dugout. Nice play there by the manager. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitches right in there, strike 3. So Villanueva goes down on strikes. Second strikeout on the evening for Stars pitchers. First strikeout for Jason Barron. It's kind of brutal that the left fielder who's having all the troubles with seeing out there is now on the mound. But he's on there and he's ready to go. The lefty throws. It's a little bit high to Nagashima. Potter fans coming out, supporting their club tonight. That one's a bit high, 2-0. Stars scored 1 in the first. Nothing else so far. Potters put up a corresponding run in the first, and then a big old crooked double-digit number in the second. Lead this one 16-1. Barron falls behind Nagashima, 3-0. The lefty getting ready to pitch to the righty. Here's the 3-0. That's right there. Taken all the way is Kai. Three balls and 1 strike. Center field's now the only guy in the sun left. And that catches the corner, kind of, sort of, but he gets the call. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Kai Nagashima. Couple of singles in the second. Hits this one into left field. It's shallow. And Ortega comes in and he puts it away for the second out. So 2 away here in the bottom of the third. That's going to bring up the top of the lineup in Zach Chamizo. 2 for 3 on the evening so far. Double, a single. Fly out to right field. Nice to see the Potter legend back in action here in McBean Stadium. Haven't seen him since last year's West Coast World Series. And Barron's first pitch to him is low and outside. I know Zach loves hitting here. He's done it very well over the 3+ years that we've seen him out here. That one's outside and low. I also remember from last year that Riley, the engineer's favorite player, turned out to be Zach Chamizo. So I'm sure the engineer is excited to see him back. 3-0 pitch. He does not want to take. He wants to swing. And he flips this one foul about 400 feet high in the air, but not very far. 3 balls and 1 strike. Swing like that, you can tell there's only one thing on Chamizo's mind right now, and that is exiting over the fence. Here comes the 3-1. Outside ball 4. Okay. You have it now as 3. So 3-1 now. Okay. Little dribbler out to second base coming in his floor as he picks it up, fires over to first in time, and there's 3 gone here in the bottom of the third. We go to the 4th. Potters lead this one big.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1.
Back here in the top of the 4th inning, Aiden Flores to lead things off, the number 4 hitter for the Cali Stars. Ryan Stone still on the mound. And first pitch he throws is low and inside. Don from the parking lot Potters, we like to call him Double D up here, brings us the ice cream treats that we so love. Really appreciate that. And this one's chopped over to third base. Lewis picks it up, curl hops, and throws it over to Smith for the first out. Just to remind everybody, TJ Smith took over for Belding over at first base. It's really the only change so far. Ryan Stone still on the mound in his 3rd inning of work. So far, he's only given up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no walks. First pitch that Ortega sees is in there for a strike. Noble Ortega now out in left field. Well, quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes is Stone on Ortega. Noble started this game as a pitcher, moved himself out to left field. And swings at this one, fouls it off behind himself. Max McMurray on deck for the Cali Stars. Party's about to jump off up here in the booth, I'll tell you that much. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This one's popped up. Center fielder Andrews. Winters, who's it going to be? Andrews calls him off and makes the catch for the second out. So Noble Ortega flies out to center field, 0 for 2 on the day. It's going to bring up Max McMurray, who's singled in the second. First baseman for the Stars stands in there on the right-hand side. First pitch that he sees, it grounds over to Lewis. Lewis fights it off, takes it off the stomach, but recovers and throws it over to Smith for the final out. So we got 3.5 complete here in Lincoln. The Potters still lead this one big.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
Am I live? Is this thing on? Hello? Check, check. 1, 2. Oh, I'm back. Thanks a lot, Mr. Engineer. Just bring me back without me knowing. Jeez. Ah, boy. I raised them wrong, I can tell you right now. Anyway, I'm just kidding. We're back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Potters up big on this one. And Jared Lewis due to lead things off, Will Lindbergh, and then TJ Smith to get an at-bat. First pitch by Jason Barron, still out there for his 2nd inning of work. And first pitch he sees is a ball. Here comes the 1-0. And that curveball, he curves in there for a strike, 67 miles an hour. Scoreboard's freaking out, just said 1-3. I have no idea what that means. The 1-1 fouled off to the screen. So Jared Lewis falls behind 1-2 here to start the bottom of the 4th inning off. Will Lindbergh due up after that. Here comes Barron's 1-2. Bounces that one in there. Ortega scoops it nicely as the catcher does. Right around twilight now here in Lincoln. Beautiful skies behind us. 2-2 pitch. Taken low, 3-2. Jared Lewis has tripled, doubled, and walked in his first 3 at-bats here. Full count now, 3-2. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Right over to where my guy Double D used to do all the barbecuing. Oh, I missed. I can smell it right now. I miss them days. I miss them days. Comes the 3-2 pitch. And there's the walk. Jared Lewis finds his way on base for the 4th time in 4 innings. Seven walks issued by the Cali Stars so far against 2 strikeouts in the game. A couple of hit by pitches as well. So that kind of adds to the walk total, if you will. We're not adding that stuff up right now. Will Lindbergh now, the lefty, stands in. Not sure if anybody remembers this, but he's going to not let you forget. He hits this one into right field, and Yelton, he turned left. He turned right. He squared up, and he made the catch. So Will Lindbergh is down on the fly ball out to right field, but he did hit that massive grand slam home run in the 2nd inning. But now, newest Potter to take his first hacks, TJ Smith out of Sierra College in Lincoln, California, right here. Lincoln, California kid. Well, it says Lincoln here, all right? I'm reading the thing. You say Rockland. It says Lincoln. I say he's from Roseville. Oh, okay, Sierra College is Rockland. But he lives in Lincoln. Nebraska. I'm kidding. He lives here in Lincoln. Here's the 1-0. Swing and strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on TJ. TJ coming in to play first base for the Potters. In relief of Belding. The lefty stands in there. Lewis with his lead over at first. And he fouls this one out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Stars scored 1 in the 1st, and that's the only run that they've scored. Potters put up 1 in response in the 1st, and then a 15 spot in the 2nd. And TJ Smith goes down swinging. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th, and that's going to bring up Nick Poss. 3rd strikeout on the evening for Stars pitchers. And Nick Poss, one of those strikeout victims, but he's also got 2 doubles on the day. So he's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. That's pretty impressive. Right-hander stands in there. Waiting on the lefty Barron. Pitch is outside. Finally getting to hear the train in the background. I like it. That tells you where you're at. You're in Lincoln, baby. Tracks are closed. Checking on the runner over at first. Jared Lewis gets back. You know, when I was a kid, you know, I got family that was out here in Lincoln and Wheatland, and that's the thing I remember about being a kid is the train come by like 4 times a day. Wake you up in the morning, wake you up out of a dead sleep at 4 in the morning. You know, that kind of stuff. Here's a ground ball over to third base, picked up and not handled properly, and then the throw is an errant throw over to first base, and does that get into the dugout? It does get into the dugout. So each runner will advance as soon as Nick Poss realizes that he can advance. So the error, I'm looking over at the official score. We're going to do it. Yep. All right, so we're going to apply the error to Gallegos over at third base. Unfortunately, hate doing that to him. But Poss reaches and then gets over to second base on the fact that the ball went into the dugout. So 2 down here. Drew Andrews is up again. Drew Andrews, you got some folks on the lines that are wanting to watch you do something. So let's do it, Andrews. Walked, grounded out, flied out. Now he just needs a hit. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the schedule for tomorrow, first game, game 1 will be at 10:30. Just like today, game 2 will be at 2:30, and game 3 will be at 6:30 to be determined after today's game. High fly ball into shallow left field. Under it is the shortstop Pang, and he puts it away for the final out. We go into the top of the 5th. Potters lead this one 16-1. And we're back here in the top of the 5th inning, and Double D just did the engineering, and I've never had a cool engineer like this before. This is awesome. Here we are in the top of the 5th inning. We will talk about something here in just a second, but the first pitch in there to Jason Barron, and he pops it up in the infield. Coming in to catch it is Lewis, and there's one away. He just listens to me talk. He's got to know what's going on. But what I'm going to tell the fine folks right now is we're here in the 5th inning, and there are run rules. We kind of laid this out at the beginning of the game. 10 runs after 5, 7 after 6. And right now the Potters have a 15-run lead here in the 5th inning, so this would probably be the game right here. First pitch into Noah Pang is taken for a strike. Talk to some of the fine folks who've been asking about what's the schedule for tomorrow. I'll give you that here in just a second. The 0-1 is high, 1-1. Tomorrow's games on tap are already out and sponsored by Placer Valley Tourism. NorCal Warriors taking on the Cali Stars at 10:30. 1-1 is high. In game 2 tomorrow, which would be considered game 5, at 2:30, the Tigers take on the Alameda Anchors. And then the third game, or game 6 tomorrow, the Lincoln Potters versus the NorCal Warriors. So that is your schedule for tomorrow. Don't forget to find us, like us, subscribe, do all that stuff on the YouTube, Stones Broadcast Networks, the Lincoln Potters YouTube channel. 2-2 pitch is swung through, strike 3. So 2 down here in the top of the 5th. And we need a last strike guy if we've ever needed one before, because we are down to the final out in this game. Aiden Gallegos now coming up. Grounded out his first at bat. Ryan Stone's gone the full way after coming in for Ferretti. Little dribbler over to Chamizo. Takes his time, fires it over to first, and that's your ball game right there, folks. Potters win this one in convincing fashion, 16-1, and they go take a 1-0 record here in the West Coast World Series. And the guys have come out and they're all celebrating, and we're starting to pack up. Pretty good game today. Again, we'll recap tomorrow's schedule. NorCal Warriors versus the Cali Stars at 10:30. At 2:30, the Tigers and the Alameda Anchors. And then at 6:30, the Lincoln Potters and the NorCal Warriors will play. So from here, we had a tremendous day one. The Tigers and the Express, they fought in the first game, and the Tigers won that one 11-3. Game two, a little bit closer, but, not tremendously. The Samurai beat the Express 9-4 in game two. And like we just got done saying, the Potters win this one big. And we'll just stop talking about the numbers because they win it big. So for myself, for Riley the engineer, for Willie Preston, for Double D, Don up here doing some engineering duties, we want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you tomorrow.